Hi Allen Design fans, Kula Koala and I are here to help teach you how to change out a mechanism on one of our clocks. We're going to start by taking off the hands of the clock in the second hand. You do that by simply putting your fingers underneath and pulling up. Off comes the second hand, then the minute hand, and then the hour hand. And we're going to set those safely aside to be used for later. Now you'll have a bolt. We're going to use an 11mm wrench. If you do not have an 11mm wrench, you could also use a pair of needle nose pliers. We do ask that you're going to be careful with the surface of your clock so that you do not scratch it, but needle nose can also be used. Today, for this example, we're going to go ahead and use our wrench. We're going to go ahead and do a lefty-loosey to loosen up the bolt. And then it's loose enough that I can just use my fingers to get it off. At this point, the mechanism simply dropped out of the back of the clock. I'm going to set the old mechanism aside. The new mechanism is ready to go, and I'm going to insert that into the hole. I'm also going to make sure that that is going to be straight up and down on the back there. I'm going to hold that into place. Turn it back around, put the washer and the bolt back onto the clock. And now we go in the right-hand direction. Get that started with my fingers and just tighten up just a little bit there to make it nice and snug. We don't want to apply too much pressure and too hard, as that could damage the mechanism, but we do want it to be snug enough that the mechanism is not jiggly or moving on the back of the clock. And then we simply reverse putting on our hands. So we're going to start with the hour hand, and we do that by getting that onto the shaft of the mechanism and pushing down. I'm using both of my thumb fingers there, and then also the minute hand. I'm just going to push that down. Those are nice and snug, they're not loose. And then with our second hand, all that is required is just a simple, gentle little tap. We don't need to hammer it, we don't need to shove it. Then with our fresh from the pack brand new battery, positive side down, let's insert that end first, make sure that the ribbon is out of the way, and then we snap the negative side down. We want to make sure that the swing arm is free of obstruction. If you can see, there is a little knob here. We don't want that to be clicked into place. We want that to be free and swinging here. And now, as you can see, we are ticking and we're back in business. Thank you, Kula Koala.